I've been disrespected before, but never like this, never in front of the entire department. At our Monday staff meeting, my boss looked directly at me and said, "No, your place. Some people here should stay silent." Everyone froze. Everyone looked away. And then, just as he tried to move on, HR walked in. I worked in that company for almost 3 years. Quiet, consistent, doing more than my job title asked for. But my boss, Mr. Dalton, had a problem with anyone who wasn't loud and arrogant like him. I wasn't flashy. I didn't brag. I didn't flirt with management like some did. I just did my work. But to him, that meant I wasn't leadership material. That day's meeting was about quarterly performance, and ironically, mine had been one of the highest, which might explain why he wanted to put me in my place. During the meeting, one of my coworkers mentioned that I created a new process that saved everyone time. Mr. Dalton interrupted her mid-sentence. "We don't need praise for side tasks. Let's stay focused." My coworker frowned. I kept my head down. Then someone else mentioned that clients had been asking for me specifically. That's when he snapped. He slammed his notebook shut and said loudly, "Enough. Some people here need to remember their support staff, not leaders." The room went silent. I felt my stomach twist, but I kept calm. I tried to speak up gently. "Sir, I only wanted to clarify." He cut me off with a smirk. "No, you listen. You need to know your place." A few coworkers exchanged uncomfortable glances. Someone coughed awkwardly. My ears burned, my hands shook under the table. He continued, "You don't get to speak in these meetings, not until you prove you can handle basic responsibilities." Which was ironic, since I had been doing his paperwork for 2 months while he arrived late every day. He leaned back in his chair, crossed his arms, and with a condescending smile added, "Some people just aren't cut out for more. And that's okay." A couple of supervisors lowered their eyes. I felt tears threatening to rise, but I held them back. I wasn't going to break in front of him. And then right as he tried to move to the next slide, the door opened. It was HR? Ms. Lopez? The person nobody wanted to see during a meeting. She walked in holding a folder. Her expression was unreadable. "Good morning," she said calmly. "Sorry to interrupt. I just need a moment with the team." Mr. Dalton forced a smile. "Oh, of course. We were just discussing performance." She nodded slowly. "Yes, I heard. In fact," she opened the folder. I heard everything. The room froze. Ms. Lopez stepped forward. "We've received multiple reports of inappropriate conduct during meetings, specifically belittling comments directed at staff." Mr. Dalton stiffened. "I would never." She raised a hand, and today's meeting was recorded for training purposes. She tapped the tablet in her hand. "We have audio of you telling an employee to know their place." Murmurs spread across the room. My heart pounded. She turned to me. "Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?" I nodded and stood up, hands cold but steady. Before I left, she looked around the room and said, "We will no longer tolerate hostile behavior from management." I didn't have to turn around to know he was turning pale. 10 minutes later, Ms. Lopez returned and said, "You can grab your things. You'll be working under a new supervisor starting tomorrow." I blinked. "Wait." She smiled softly. "Yes. And for the record, your performance reviews are excellent. We're sorry you had to deal with this for so long." As I left the building that day, coworkers gave me small, supportive nods. For the first time in years, I didn't feel small. I didn't feel invisible. I felt like someone finally said what I couldn't. I didn't need to know my place. I just needed to be somewhere better,